This week we say goodbye to Georgetown and head north up the Exuma chain, stopping at beautiful anchorages, after which we set our sights on Nassau. Today we depart Georgetown, heading north through Elizabeth Harbour, passing several anchorages and the Stocking Island Beacon, which was used many years ago for navigational purposes. The plan is to sail 42 nautical miles to Little Farmer's Cay.
We're going north, 4-foot swells, all is well.
We enter the Atlantic Ocean through Conch Key Cut, taking care to avoid the shallow reef along the quay to our starboard side. The winds are 12 knots east-northeast, and we put up the main and then the jib. And 6 hours later, Coquina surfs the 6-foot swells into Farmer's Cay Cut.
Oh my God, you did it, Dave.
Farmer's Cay Cut Channel is a widely used and straightforward entrance to the bank from the Sound. We time our entrance with the tidal current to avoid standing waves. Farmer's Cay is a popular stop for cruisers and is located in the middle of the Exuma archipelago. We dinghy into the little harbor just off the anchorage to explore the amenities along the shore. Fishermen cleaning their catch bring in the occasional shark, turtle, and stingray.
That's pretty cool.
That's bad.
Oh my gosh, stingray.
Farmer's Cay is home to the annual Farmer's Cay First Friday Festival, which takes place in February, and the waterfront decorations remain. Ocean Cabin is a renowned second-generation owned establishment, popular among cruisers seeking genuine Bahamian dining experiences, featuring dishes like cracked conch and blackened snapper with peas and rice and Bahamian mac and cheese, which we greatly appreciate sharing with fellow cruisers. The next morning, cruisers head out and we proceed north on the bank, taking care to avoid the sandbars to our starboard.
Ooh, there's shallow water on the right, for sure.
The winds are east-southeast 12 knots, and we put up the main and the jib for a 21 nautical mile run to Belle Island in the central Exumas. Belle Island is a private island, and we approach the mooring from the deep water of the bank and along the west side of the island. The mooring field is surrounded and protected by Belle Island, O'Brien Cay, and Little Halls Pond Cay, and offer protection from all winds except from the north. It is part of the Exuma Cays Land and Sea Trust, and mooring balls are an alternative to anchoring. The Exuma Cays Land and Sea Park is a habitat for the Bahamian iguana, and during an evening stroll on nearby Pastue Key, we spot one on the beach. The Sea Aquarium is a short dinghy ride from the mooring and is a coral reef habitat within the sheltered waters of the mooring field, which is surrounded by quays and is popular with cruisers to marvel at the underwater cornucopia of coral fish and sponges. Adjacent to the Sea Aquarium is another lovely beach for Cooper to stretch his legs. The mooring field is tidal since it connects the sound and the bank. At nightfall, the opposing tide and winds push the mooring ball into Coquina's hull, keeping us awake.
Here you go, Dave.
The next morning, we leave Bell Island mooring, cross the Yellow Bank, which is a shallow 30-mile stretch of water between Nassau and the northern Exumas, and head to Nassau. We passed the local mailboat and a lonely sailor along the way and hunkered down for a 60 nautical mile upwind run. The windy weather app forecasted north winds at 5 knots. It was actually 15 knots, and Bahamas storm chasers on Facebook posted a small craft advisory from the Bahamas Weather Office. We endured 10 hours of a pounding and salty sea.
Do you
Can
the boat handle this?
Obviously it has.
Well,
Can we handle it? The better question.
As we approach New Providence Island, we encounter numerous coral heads, making navigation challenging for us. Finally, we passed Porgee Rocks, the eastern waypoint used as a jump-off point to the northernmost Exumas, and head west to the lee side of Athol Island for some much-needed rest. The next morning, we prepare to enter the busy Nassau Harbor for diesel at Nassau Harbor Club Marina. And this means the fenders and the dock lines need to come out and be ready for use as we approach the busy fuel dock.
so this is what you need to get fuel at a marina and keep the hull from being damaged from wake and hostile docks in Nassau. This is why we like jerry cans better. The advantage of jerry cans, filling with jerry cans. Anchor up. I'm thinking it's right behind that yacht, that mega yacht.
Nassau Harbor is a short distance from our anchorage, and we top off the diesel tanks at Nassau Harbor Club Marina. Before entering Nassau Harbor, all vessels are required to call Nassau Harbor Control, and we state our request to enter the harbor and provide our boat name, registration number, last port of call, and destination.
All right, standing by 16.
2 bridges connect New Providence Island to the north and Paradise Island to the south. Bahamas Bridge Authority notes that they reach 70 feet above sea level at their tallest point.
To each other.
Nassau Harbor is a busy access route for commerce, recreation, tourism, and transportation, with all manner of watercraft.
Here's Island Link transporting cars and cargo.
As we exit the harbor, we pass the old lighthouse, located on the western tip of Paradise Island, built in 1817, when Paradise Island was known as Hog Island, and is the oldest surviving lighthouse in the West Indies. Thank you for watching Sailing the Bahamas with SV Coquina. We enthusiastically anticipate the thrills and excitement that await us as we sail into the Bahamas.